Good morning. We got a little bit more rain last night, another couple of tenths. It's all good. The weather is much more habitable this week, the rest of the week. Cooled down and not as humid, and should be pretty nice. So hopefully the crops keep maturing, keep progressing, keep growing. We have got to keep getting ready for field day here this morning. So I want to wash the windows in the seed warehouse, do just a little bit more cleaning up, odds and ends stuff. But the big plan here, first thing, is a shopping trip. So we're going to go and get ingredients for food. We're going to get some tablecloths, some pop, some water, some plates and napkins, and all the stuff that you got to have. So I'm going to go make that trip, and then we'll come back and wash windows or something. I don't know. $200 and some odd. We're back. And that doesn't even include the meat, which will be every bit of that much, I am sure. That's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to get my stuff unloaded here. Some of this stuff goes into the house because we will cook it in there. Some of it comes straight to the seed warehouse. We got to get some coolers around because I got pop. Got to go in coolers. And we got to get that keg out of the back of that truck, put that over here by the seed trader. Maybe we'll pull some tables out, start setting stuff up. Washing windows. Only the best for my customers. Something like that. This little squeegee I bought, it's handy. It's not the nicest. Yeah. Not to mention that the inside of these windows is way dirtier than the outside. Bugs. Yeah. That looks like our tile guy's getting ready to move in. Good deal. I'm topping off the water in the forklift battery. Yeah. I got this fancy little filler thing that automatically shuts off when it gets to the right level. It's super handy, but they're a little low. Not dry, but low. It is indeed the tile guys getting some stuff moved in. Brought the hydro hoe in, and they were going to go back and maybe get the tile plow tonight. I think we maybe had a half-inch of rain last night. I don't know. Our rain gauge is, it's not uploading to the internet for some reason. It's working, but you have to check it in the office, so it's harder to check it and keep track a little bit, but it's a little gooey. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is time, well, we've been doing this, but it is time to really actually get ready for my field day because it is tomorrow. And by the time you're seeing this, it's too late for you to crash the party, so I don't have a problem telling you that at this point. So I did a lot this weekend. We got the lawn mowed. It looks nice. And we got tables and stuff set up inside. So we're in pretty good shape. Figured I'd set that sign out. I've got another one inside that I'm going to put out, a bigger one. I figured out where I'm going to put all this stuff. This one actually is going to go up over here by my electrical panel box transformer. And we'll put a different one over there. And yeah, get this stuff ready. Also, in the exciting news world, the tile crew has moved in, and so they're working back there today. We'll go check that out a little bit later. The other sign that I need to get out is this big one over here. It's a really nice one. This one's got these big stakes. You kind of got to drive in just the right spot, which we'll assume is right there. And then when you get a big windstorm, they kind of bend them, blow over. So they're not the straightest, but hey, it still works. There. Now let's see if I'm good enough to lift that up on there and that they're in the right spot. Close enough. It's leaning just a little bit. And I need to get a rag and wipe the stakes out of the posts off. Got grass on them, but yeah, cool. So here's the setup inside. We've got some tables and chairs set up. I got enough. I could set up 2 more tables, although I'm a little hesitant because if nobody shows up, it's going to look like I was prepared for a lot of people, and then the chairs are all empty. So you kind of start smaller, and then you add more if you need to, kind of thing, you know, just in case. Yeah, we'll see. Food over there. We're going to have coffee and donuts in the morning, and pop and water in the coolers. And we're doing lunch. We need to get a few more things. One, we got to pick up the meat today. And I thought I had some tablecloths left over from the last time I did a field day a long time ago. They've been in this drawer for years. And I do. The problem is they're round. Round isn't going to work. So I need a few more tablecloths to cover everything. We'll get that done here this afternoon. So we're going to have to make a trip to the store. But, yeah, it's all coming together. Lunch for tomorrow. Smoked pork chops. Okay, well, we made one more supply run, got the last few things that we need, including some orange tablecloths. So we got the tables set up, almost. I went through and organized my goodies pile, all the t-shirts I've accumulated in the last 5 years that need to be given away. We've got a literature table over here that's got flyers and handouts and that kind of stuff. I think we're almost ready. So I think I have a few more of this type of stuff down in the office at the farm. I want to go and bring that down here. I have a Golden Harvest flag that I was given last winter that I would like to hang up there next to that other flag that's over there, or like over here. But I need some hooks to do that, so we can go get something to try and hang that up. And we'll go check in on the tiling job, see how that's going. So if I take my trophies, is that braggy? Is that showing off, or is that just promoting our corn? I don't know. I think we're gonna set them on a table down there. All right, well, we got some more stuff to take down there. Dad was mowing some wheat stubble this morning, and he hit a rock, and that blade fell off. Broke the bolt. Ouch. So he got some new ones. You got to get it put back on there. I think I'm going to work on that real quick. It's not hard to do. He did get some new ones, and we have a fancy parts drop shed right in our yard driveway, so there you go. Oops. I don't think it's too hard to do. I'll show you. All right. The worst part is having to crawl all the way under here. We'll get it. This is going to require 2 hands. I don't have anywhere to set my phone. Film it for you guys. Sorry. We gotta get the bolt. Yeah, up there. Well, maybe you can see from there. Anyway, I've got the blade with the bolt through it, and we stick it up through this hole. And it's hex-shaped bolt and a hex-shaped hole, so it holds the bolt solid. And then we put the nut on the top. And that should hold it in place long enough for me to go up on the top and tighten it. So, there's our bolt, there's our blade. It's supposed to be loose. It's not supposed to tighten, but it should be tighter than it is. And the nut is up here, and there's this fancy hole right through the deck that we can stick our impact down through and tighten that up. That. And because the bolt is hexed through the hole, it won't spin on us. I think we're good. It doesn't take much. We'll go down under there and check it. Uh-oh. Dang it. There's a washer. Nobody told me there was a washer. I'm going to have to take it apart and figure out where that goes. Look at our examples. It's not on the outside. Go in there? Go behind it? I don't know. Doesn't go behind it. Might go in the middle. Dang it. Yeah, I took it apart. The washer goes in the middle. There's an inset for it there. I should have known that. Anyway, we'll get it back together. spins freely. A little wiggle. That's what it's supposed to be. It may not seem like that, but it is supposed to move. So it's good to go. Now these blades are not in the best shape, as you can tell from looking at this one. Got a big old chunk right there. They get abused pretty bad, hitting rocks and dirt and all kinds of stuff. So it's not a mower so much as a beater where you just knock stuff down. But especially in the wheat stubble where we're just trying to knock the weeds off so that they don't go to seed. They're fine. It's fine. Let's go see how the tile project's starting off today. I always start off a little slow because you got to find all the old tile, which Dad's done a good job of starting to locate them. But then putting the mains in and stuff always takes a lot longer than once you start running laterals. So, yeah, they got some holes dug. Looks like they've done quite a bit of trenching over here. I don't know. Let's see if I can find Dad and talk to him. Well, they're in the back corner over there now, it looks like. Oh yeah, they're plowing in the main. Oh yeah, okay, all right. Let's see if I can explain what's going on here a little bit. There is a main that comes right down through this waterway, kind of between these two fields. It is very large. I think it's an 18-inch main here. Dumps out into our kind of open pond over there, and then there's an overflow into the county main that goes then across the road into an open ditch. It gets to the lane and it's 2 foot. Like it's a 24-inch tile. I think over here it's 18. They've got it covered up here. So we're putting in some, looks like sticks of, I don't know if that's 18 or 15 or, looks bigger than 12 to me. Maybe not. Maybe that's 12 if that's what these are. Coming up to here. And then here we have a main that goes that way. That looks like an 8 to me. Right there is the old clay 12. That's what we're replacing. It goes that way, and we just kind of went alongside of it and put new one in. That one is the one that has been blown out in that back corner and been a big hole that we've had to farm around for years, and it's old and breaking down, and that's why we're doing this, to replace it. So looks like they went in with 8-inch there. I have no idea how they're going to make all of these transitions, but I'm not in charge. So that one day that I was out here helping Dad locate this main, we found it, the green and white flags here, and it made a turn, and so they just kind of followed it and should not have cut it off, because while it has started to break down, especially on the upper end of it here, it is still moving water, it is still flowing, and we need to tie it back in. We can't just totally abandon it and cut through without tying in every lateral run that is also tied into that main. And so this isn't a total start over job. This is a split. We're splitting the middles and we're redoing stuff. We're not abandoning everything that's here. So we're trying to maintain some of that. See there again, right beside it, here's this 12 that was open down there on the other end, and this spot has been blown out for a long time. And there's not exactly a lot of water flowing through there. So there's a 6 that follows this run of white flags here, ties into it right here. So they would have cut it off, plowing through here. They'll dig it up, tie that back in. You can see they're clearing the woods over there, throwing a tile in. Gonna drain the swamp. They're done with that run. Pulled into the woods as far as you could go and backing it out now. Oh yeah, here's another update for you. Dad's burn pot works real good. Gets lots of airflow. I don't know if they got more of that 8 to put in, or if they're coming back to switch tile and boots or what. But yeah, I will get the question often about why we don't own a tile plow and why we don't do this ourselves. Quite frankly, we don't have the time or the knowledge. Dad could do it, but I don't. And these guys, Dad has had them do some tiling for us every year since 1980, when they tiled this farm the first time, and they do a good job. We're not about to start to do it ourselves when we have somebody that's good and reliable and knowledgeable and they want to do it, so we're gonna let them do it. Seriously, every year since 1980 we've put in at least a little bit of tile somewhere, and no plans on stopping. We're to the point now where we're back to some of those original fields that was 40 years ago, and you're like, well, maybe we should go a little closer or do a little better job or something. So that's what we're doing this year. All right, I think I've got everything in here set up. I brought that stuff down from the office, and I had to set up another table full of crap that I need to give away. Yikes. And none of it is even farm stuff. Like, none of it's stuff that you guys would care about. Borderview Farm stuff, none of it. That's what I should be having, but I can see where my neighbor farmers wouldn't want to wear something that said Borderview Farms. You know, whatever, it's fine. Anyway, I want to go out and dig some plants up, some corn plants. So about a month ago, we did some digging, some root digs, trying to compare that source to the untreated stuff. And I've got my high management versus standard practice plot. And I thought it would be a really good demo to dig some of those plants up, do the same type of thing, show the root differences and stuff now. And I'm not going to have time in the morning because this whole shindig starts at 9:30. So I'm going to go try and dig them up tonight. We'll put them in some buckets, maybe with some water, something. Try and keep them alive overnight, but it's not that big a deal if they dry out. So I'm gonna go do that. Let's go see what we can find. Okay, we're looking for 4 different plants, 4 different, 2 different trials or side-by-sides, one from each side of each split, I think. Maybe even 6, because the one is a split planter with 2 different hybrids, and I could do 4 plants from there. Oh look, raccoon damage. Great. Anyway, this field that we are currently in is the field where I have my source versus no source split, or at least one of those fields. And we are in the non-source applied area of the field. We're going to dig a plant from here and then keep walking until we get into the source trial and go dig a plant from over there. Now, I'm going to try and be as fair as possible. Fair is difficult to do because I don't want one next to a skip. You don't want a skinny one that was a late emerger. You want to find something that's as representative as possible. I will do my absolute best, I promise. I decided that one was my average stalk, and I didn't really look at the tops at all, but just kind of walking down the bottom, I just looking at the spacing. It's in the middle of a good even run. Everything looks fair, even, it's standard. That's the normal plant. The ear looks normal. That's the one I chose. All right, we got our non-source applied out, and we are now in the source applied, and this corn looks really good. However, I am noticing something. I'm looking down at the bottom, like, man, there's a lot more brown down on the bottom of these plants than on those other ones, and that shouldn't be the case. It should be less brown. But what I'm seeing is actually suckers. So, see this here? It's all dried up, and this plant has one. And that one might not have, but this one has one, and that one's got one. All of them, almost all of them, have a sucker growing off of them. And I get this question a lot, and we've talked about them earlier in the growing season. Those are actually a good thing. It means the plant is super happy and healthy, and it has plenty of nutrients, plenty of moisture. And so it starts to shoot this sucker off from the roots, basically a second plant that it's trying to support. And then what happens is we get to this time of the year and things get a little tighter, and it's trying to push the crap out of these ears up here, and it says, hey, I've got all these nutrients stored up down there in that little plant that's not going to do anything. Let's steal them out of there and move them up to the ear so we can finish filling it out. And so that's exactly what we see happening here is all these suckers are drying up, they're dying off, and the plant is basically robbing the nutrients out of them and the moisture to produce a bigger ear, which is exactly what we want. So that's really cool to see it at that stage. I don't know that I've ever noticed that before. All right, another cornfield. This is my high management plot, and we are walking in the split row between the 2 varieties. We have 10L16 to my right, 10B61 to my left. I think it's 10B61. There's a 10B63, something like that. It's new. Anyway, we're going to dig some plants here, and then we're going to walk that way to the standard management side and dig some plants over there. So this pink flag is our split between the high and low management, or high management standard practice. And it is also a variety split. It's the middle of the variety, so we need to count 24 rows over, and we know we'll be in the middle of the varieties again in the standard practice side, which would be right here. And to be quite honest, they don't look very much different. They look very, very similar. So, the hybrids at least. We'll see if the leaf diseases and stuff are a lot higher here where we haven't sprayed any fungicide, and kind of see what we see. There we've got a tar spot lesion. It's not a very good plant to dig up because it's next to a skip, but I'm just kind of looking at the leaves and seeing what we see. Not horrible, but definitely there is some disease in here, and you start to see some tar spot. There is some northern cornleaf blight. There's a lesion right there of that. So yeah, our fungicides work. Okay, and we've got everything labeled. 10B SP, standard practice. 10L SP, standard practice. 10L HM, high management. 10B HM, high management. The other two are already back up at the farm. Let's go wash some roots off. I am washing roots off. I'm half done. These are my two source roots. I didn't even compare them at all. But now we're doing the standard practice ones. This one really jumped out at me. Look at all these fine root hairs, or all the lateral stuff coming off the main branches. That's crazy. And there was nothing special done. That's genetic. It'd be interesting to see if the other one of this hybrid looks the same or not. All right. Those are all washed up. I've got some water in the buckets. If it spills on the way down there, we'll just refill it. Not a big deal. But hopefully they stay relatively alive overnight and we can use them for demos tomorrow. But if they dry out, it's okay. Right in here somewhere is where I had flagged out our emergence plot, where I put flags in for all the plants that emerged on a given day. They all emerged within 2 days, but still. I thought about pulling those ears and lining them up for the field day here, but they're not done growing, and I don't think there's going to be that much of a visual there anyway, since they were all within a 2-day window, so we're not going to pull them. Well, that's a nice display there. Looks good. So, little princess came out to see us. How are you? Can you say hi? Can you say hello? Hi? Hello? Not today? Okay. All right. We're going to close this up. So tomorrow is my field day, and hopefully some people show up. We'll see. I am going to have a lot of company reps here. People from Golden Harvest, from Sound Ag, from Pattern Ag, from Ag Explore, from Syngenta Crop Protection, from Syngenta Seed Care. I've got lots of people coming, which is all good things, as long as they have somebody to actually talk to. So we have to pick some sweet corn first thing in the morning. That is part of the menu. And finish some last minute setup stuff. There's a few things in the house that need to get brought out. And the challenge for me is going to be getting the food cooked, because Brock's coming. He's going to be my grill master, but I've got to handle the stuff, the other stuff in the house. So we're going to go get the truck. We're going to call it a night. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to film tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to try and film most of the speaking stuff, at least Wade when we're out at the plots, and hopefully some of the stuff inside as well. It's just awkward in front of people, so we'll see how that goes. There's a part of me that thought about just live streaming the whole day. That's not going to happen though, but I'll do my best. So have a great night, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and we will see you tomorrow. Can you say bye? Can you wave bye? Bye-bye. You look scared. Bye-bye. Yeah, there you go. Bye-bye.